Hey guys, it's your family here. Before I start the video, I just wanted to mention I swapped out the duct tape. I know how much you guys love the duct tape. You guys were going on and on about the duct tape, but it started to fail up here. It looks so good, but it started to fail up here, and it was probably like 3 years old or something. So I figured it was probably just time to replace it. And so, you know, I didn't have any duct tape laying around, no duct tape anywhere in the house. So I swapped out for these Velcro ties. I have some on there now, so now it's being held by the thing it's supposed to be held on, just because I just didn't have any duct tape anywhere around to be able to put it on again. So unfortunately the duct tape's got to go for the, you know, less efficient, you know, worse, totally not designed for this Velcro that looks just terrible and it blends in too well, you know, it's just awful. Anyway, the topic of this video is going to be RTX and the 20 series graphics cards. I'm wearing my Linus Tech Tip shirt. Of course, it's being covered up by my microphone, and I'm not gonna be. It would just be impossible for me to move it over here and get good audio quality. I have to have it right here. Otherwise, audio just doesn't work. Audio doesn't work over here. So I'm sure if you guys care, you've been seeing the benchmarks for the 20 series. They just launched. They just dropped yesterday or the day before. I'm not sure when this video is going to be going up, but reviews, just the review embargo just dropped, and so everybody who is in the tech field has been dropping reviews of it. So of course I have to get in on that for no particular reason, not because any other tech videos I've done have done well. Definitely not because of that. So I gotta keep on that tech train, you know. Keep those views going, doing it for the views, right? And so obviously I don't have a 20 series graphics card because I'm not, you know, one of the cool kids like Linus here, or Jay or Bitwit or any of the other guys who got them. So I'm just gonna be basing my opinion off of their videos. So if you just want to skip this video entirely, just go watch their video. They're gonna be saying basically the entire thing that I have, but they have hands-on experience. So basically just go watch their videos, links in the descriptions for a lot of the reviews that I'm basing my opinions on. And what I've been seeing really is that the 20 series, the 2080, performs pretty much identically to what the 1080 Ti does, and they cost the same amount. They're both about $800, give or take a little bit for adding board partners. Jay actually made a pretty cool graph with the price to performance, like the performance per dollar of the 2080 versus the 1080 Ti. And it's actually a better value to go with the 1080 Ti over the 20 series, the 2080. The 2080 Ti does perform, you know, somewhere in the ballpark of 20–30% faster than the 1080 Ti, but it costs about $1,200 is where you're going to be looking at spending for the 2080 Ti. Bitwit actually has a video on the launch prices. Right here it's the RTX launch prices suck by Bitwit, and they're going for upwards of $1,200 or $1,300. So in my opinion, the value just isn't really there. I have a 1080 Ti right now, and I'm really thinking I'm going to be skipping the 20 series. Ray tracing is a really cool feature in theory, but in my opinion, for as far as practicality goes right now, it's just not really there. There aren't really any games that support it on the market right now, and at best you're going to be getting the same frame rate at best. So if you're going to be playing any kind of like FPS or competitive gaming, you're really not going to be wanting to have ray tracing enabled. Another thing that Linus, or I think it was Luke, brought this one up, ray tracing actually makes the shadows darker, and so it's easier for people to hide in the shadows with ray tracing enabled. So you actually want to disable it to give you an advantage in multiplayer games, and I thought that that was an interesting thing to note. There are also some other cool features that are going to be coming with the 20 series. I believe these are exclusive to the 20 series. I could be mistaken though, so post in the comments if I am. Nvidia's DLSS looks like it could be pretty cool. but we haven't really seen any games that take advantage of it. They're just the demos that they show to show off the tech. We don't actually see any real performance numbers for what the impact is. As far as I know, at least, I haven't seen any performance numbers for it. I don't even think anything supports it at the moment. And then NVENC, that also got a bump to make text more readable during like live streaming and stuff. I think that that's actually really cool because it means you can have the bitrate a little bit lower. So on platforms like Twitch, I believe Twitch still has a maximum of 3.5 megabytes per second upload, which now I can do that with my internet. I think that's pretty cool, you know, not to show off or anything, but I can get like 6 or 7 megabytes up. But I think that that's going to be really cool because it means that the file sizes could theoretically be a little bit smaller and still get the same amount of detail. As far as I've heard, those are only for the 20 series. I'm not sure if those are going to be coming down to the 10 series. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. Post in the comments down below with some articles. I'm sorry, I just hit that microphone, I'm sorry. But like I said, I've watched a number of reviews for the 2080 and 2080 Ti. Again, they're all linked down below if you want to watch them. But they all basically say the same thing at the end. Ray tracing is cool, but it's not ready. The other features are cool, but not necessarily like go out and buy them right now for those features, cool. And the price is really, really high for what it's actually doing.
So my current recommendation at this current time is a big fat don't buy.
Here's what RTX looks like. And then the comparisons are the developers just didn't enable anything, even traditional graphics effects. So $1,200 versus a $650, $700 1080 Ti in the US that's absolutely available, we checked. That's something like a 60-70% price increase, and the performance increase is closer to 20 to 30. There's room for people to buy the cards, but generally speaking, unless you really need it and you know you need it because you can't get what you need from a 1080 Ti, then a 1080 Ti value-wise is better, but at least with the 2080 Ti, you're getting something. It's not worth buying today. It's more expensive than a 1080 Ti partner card. It's hotter than a 1080 Ti partner card.
You're letting us run benchmarks, but you're still making it really hard to recommend this thing.
So personally, I think I'm going to be sticking with my 1080 Ti and just writing it out. Maybe I'll see what AMD puts out next. Maybe they'll have something to compete with the 1080 Ti. Hopefully they do. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do ray tracing, but at this point I don't really blame them in not doing that. I know AMD went with HBM, high bandwidth memory, before anybody else was doing it. It had the first card on the market, the Fury X and the Fury, that were using HBM. And I know they've been really good at supporting things like asynchronous compute. I don't know if that one was entirely intentional. I think that was sort of a byproduct of their architecture, but Nvidia's always been behind typically on asynchronous compute. I'm not sure exactly how the 20 series performs, but I think it's getting a lot better with the 20 series, but that's like 3 or 4 years behind Nvidia in asynchronous compute. But those are my thoughts on the matter. So what do you think? Post in the comments down below what you think about the 20 series. And let me know what graphics card you're running in your computer right now, and if you're thinking about upgrading to the 20 series. I really want to know. And when you look back on your life, how much of it do you want to not be ray traced? Am I right? And I will see you in the next possibly tech related video.